going to breathe in and out normally for one breath. Breathe in again, then on the second exhale, we'll try to sing, not altering anything we are doing with our breathing. Let's try it. It sounds more like a sigh than a focused sound. This is a great example of what many refer to as unsupported sound. When we sing properly with focus and support, our sound is clear. We can sustain notes. This is because the larynx and the breath are coordinated. The flow of our air is regulated by the vocal folds, and they're closed and they can vibrate, ensuring that air is not leaking and we don't have a breathy sound. There will be times when a breathy tone will be utilized stylistically, but overall we are aiming for clear sounds as we sing. When we sing, we want to aim to coordinate the closure of the vocal folds along with the flow of air to produce the sounds that we desire. The vocal folds don't need tons of air pressure to produce sound. As you grow in your skills and continue becoming more familiar with how your voice works, you will mature more and more in this coordination and set yourself up for success in your singing. It's also important to note that the intrinsic muscles of the larynx cannot be controlled in the same way that we control something like our fingers. That's because the larynx is designed to produce sound, not a physical kind of movement like we do with our fingers. How the muscles of the larynx move is controlled by the part of our brain that hears sounds and ties sounds together, so we can communicate all of our thoughts and our feelings. We can produce a wide variety of sounds with subtle changes being made in our larynx, but those changes will always originate from our brains. Let's try some of those sounds. We're going to try out some different sounds that will get you experimenting with the vocal folds opening and closing, coming together gently and coming together with more compression. I want you to hear and feel the sensation of your vocal folds when they're really loose. Let's do a vocal fry. Ah. Try that with me. Ah. They're really loose and just gently coming together. Now we'll move from a vocal fry and slide up in pitch to hear the sound of them coming together. Ah. Good. Your brain told your intrinsic muscles what to do, and you gently eased into them coming together more. Next, let's hear and feel the sensations going on as your vocal folds come together with a little more attack. Let's do a cry like this. Again, that's a pretty gentle attack. Now, let's try out that breathy sound that leaves a little opening where air leaks through. Hey there. Try that. Hey there. Try singing it. Hey there. Now I want you to try a stronger attack that closes the vocal folds, not allowing any air through. This is also known as a glottal stop. Let's try this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's sing it. Uh-oh. This is another way that we can bring the vocal folds together to produce a different sound quality. There may be times where more vocal fold compression is desired. Let's try that. No way! Try it. Now try singing it. No way! There's a variety of ways that the vocal folds can come together to make different sounds. And there's also a variety of range of compression that you can do with your vocal folds. That thicker, fuller sound occurs when you add more compression to your vocal folds, like when you did the no way. I can sing a note like this. Ah, nice and light, or like this. Ah, a little more strength is present, or even like this. Ah, and you can hear a lot more fullness to it. When you shout, that's a really strong kind of compression. I want you to be mindful of constantly singing with a lot of compression in your vocal folds. And be mindful of how hard your attacks are, because if you are constantly singing with a strong attack like this, it can get tiring. I'm not saying that you should avoid these things all the time, because you will use them for adding artistic style, but just be mindful of how you feel when you're singing. Simply reducing vocal fold compression and really heavy attacks can lighten the load that your voice is working, and it will also help reduce the breath pressure against your vocal folds. So, how can we train our brains to help the larynx work better? We do exercises like we just did. We have to grow in being able to tell the differences in tonal qualities and sounds that we need in singing, like thick and rich sounding vocals or light and bright sounding vocals. And we have to learn to better coordinate the vocal functions that correlate with those tonal qualities, like how we position our tongues, how our soft palate is arched or not arched, and more to help achieve more control of our sound. I know it probably sounds complicated, but it's really simple. Sing often, sing daily, and these skills will grow. Your ear will be able to pick up on sound qualities better as you sing more, as you experiment with your voice, and as you try out new kinds of music. So I just want to cheer you on and remind you that you are doing a good thing for your voice each day that you show up and sing. Even if it feels like you didn't hear a difference in your voice this week or you struggled with some notes today, every day that you show up, singing through your training and working on your voice is strengthening your brain's ability to hear tonal differences. And it helps you grow so much as a singer.